The torches behind us represent a few of the Polynesian cultures found at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort.
Everyone repeat after me! Aloha!
Aloha!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senior Vice President and General Manager, Disney Vacation Club, Ken Potrock.
Good evening and welcome to a very, very special event. A celebration of South Sea's enchantment and, of course, Disney magic. Tonight we're delighted to host you for the grand opening of our 13th property in the Disney Vacation Club family, Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows. Nestled along the shores of the Seven Seas Lagoon, these new accommodations and amenities are right on the monorail and add an incredible new dimension to Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, one of the original Walt Disney World Resort hotels. As I like to say, this new Vacation Club property is the third jewel in our monorail crown, following the nearby villas at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa and Bay Lake Tower at Disney's Contemporary Resort. And starting tomorrow, we will officially welcome our members to this new resort in true South Seas style, and they'll find a vacation experience suited to every traveling party size, from couples to young families to multi-generational groups. Imagine staying in one of our deluxe studios, each one sleeping up to 5 people, or in one of these amazing Bora Bora bungalows behind me, which sleep up to 8. This unique experience, coupled with the great recreation, dining, and entertainment options found across this beautiful resort property, adds up to a vacation getaway that is truly second to none. In fact, our guests will have a fantastic view of the Magic Kingdom fireworks and the electrical water pageant from any number of vantage points, from the bungalows to the many deluxe villas to just about anywhere along this beautiful shoreline. And talk about attention to detail. Families will enjoy the fireworks complete with the show's soundtrack piped into an individualized sound system at each bungalow. Clearly, Disney Vacation Club continues to innovate and deliver accommodations and experiences that are uniquely delightful and truly unforgettable. All of us at DVC are proud of the dynamic growth of our resort portfolio and the vacation flexibility we're providing our members as we add exclusive new experiences, special access, and advantages that only Disney can deliver. Again, welcome, one and all, to Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows. Now, here to tell you more about this tropical paradise is Vice President of Walt Disney World Resort Operations. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my friend, Tracy Powell.
And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this evening. Tonight, we celebrate the history of this iconic family resort as we look ahead to its fantastic future. Since 1971, families have discovered and returned again and again to signature tropical ambiance of Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. They come here to immerse themselves in the spirit of the South Pacific amid tropical palms and white sandy beaches. From moonlit nights on our torch-lined waterfront to the exotic taste of our world-class restaurants, countless guests of all ages have fallen in love with this resort. And now we're giving them even more to love as we transform the property and enhance its many offerings and amenities. As most of you know, we began a major reimagining project in 2014. Last year, new additions included Pineapple Lanai, a quick service location that offers popular Dole Whip, which I hope you've already tried, and Lilo's Playhouse, a whimsical activity center for our young guests. This year, the resort is introducing dramatically enhanced feature and leisure pools, as well as new children's water play area. And you've got to see Trader Sam's Grotto, featuring exotic cocktails and Polynesian-themed small plates in a magical setting. And when I say magical, I'm not kidding. It's absolutely amazing. You have to see it to believe it. Clearly, there's more magic than ever to be enjoyed by our families staying at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. And starting tomorrow, we enjoy the privilege of welcoming home the members of Disney Vacation Club for the very first time and making them part of our Ohana. Now, I want to take just a moment to thank the general manager of Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, Norm Noble, and his amazing team of cast members. They make Disney magic on a grand scale. I can't wait for our members to arrive here and experience the extraordinary service of Norm's team firsthand. Together, we will continue creating happiness for all who visit us, making family vacation memories that last a lifetime. And now, to officially celebrate the grand opening of our new resort. Represent a few of the Polynesian cultures found at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. And these three torches, carried by our Kane, represent the remaining islands found here. Hawaii,
Aloha,
New Zealand,
Kia ora,
and Rapa Nui. points of the Polynesian Triangle, which encompasses all of Polynesia.
And now, with the lighting of this remaining torch, I am privileged to officially announce the opening of our newest resort in the Disney Vacation Club family. Ladies and gentlemen, Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows.
This concludes our presentation. Enjoy the...
My name's Ken Potrock. I'm the Senior Vice President and General Manager of Disney Vacation Club. And I'm having a great day. And one of the reasons that we're having a great day is we are so thrilled to be debuting this property. And what's really happening here is a couple of different things, all sort of seamlessly blended together. Number one, over the course of the last 2 years, we have made huge enhancements to Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. We've made enhancements from the entryway to the ceremonial house to the pineapple lanai. In just a couple of days, we'll be opening up the new feature pool. As soon as that pool is completed, in a couple of days, we'll then start work on the second pool, which is very exciting. We have the new Trader Sam's property. All of the rooms here at the resort have been remodeled in the last 18 months. So all of the rooms have a beautiful, new, vibrant look and feel to them. So there's a lot of things that have been done to this resort over the course of time that affect sort of the amenities of dining and entertainment and recreation. So we feel really great about that. And then with all of that happening, we also decided a couple of years ago, wouldn't this be a great conclusion to what we call the monorail crown? Wouldn't this be the third jewel on the monorail crown? So I think you guys know we had started with Contemporary Resort and we built Bay Lake Towers as the first DVC property on the monorail. That did very well. So then we moved over to the Grand Floridian. And that was just 2 years ago. And in fact, we'll be announcing that the Grand Floridian will be sold out in just a matter of weeks. So we're very excited about how well that's done, which then leads us to the Polynesian Resort. And so in addition to all those enhancements, we're now planting the Disney Vacation Club flag here as well. And we're doing that with a couple of really spectacular accommodations. The first is we took 3 of the longhouses, these big buildings behind us, and the longhouses allowed us to create 360 deluxe studios, the largest studios on the Walt Disney World property, and to really do them in such a way that they're perfect for families. They all sleep 5. They all have wonderful enhancements to them in a variety of different ways. And one of the things that's incredibly unique about them is each of the studios connects to another. So we know there's a lot of trends in the marketplace today about multi-generational travel. And one of the things that we've heard loud and clear from our guests, gosh, it wouldn't be great if we had the ability to connect with, you know, either the kids are in another room or the grandparents are in another room or the sister-in-law's in another room or any of those kinds of things. So the deluxe studios, I think, do a really beautiful job. And then there's the piece de resistance, which is the bungalows behind me. And we wanted to be able to create something incredibly unique from an accommodations perspective, unlike anything that we have here on this property. And so we created these bungalows on the water. We call them Bora Bora Bungalows. And they're beautiful. They are 2-bedroom bungalows that sleep 8 people. So we have 2 bedrooms plus the living room area converts to a sleeping area as well. They are what we call home away from home properties in that they all have full kitchens, they all have washers and dryers, they all have dining rooms, they all have all of those kinds of amenities. But then it gets even better because they also all have porches out the back. And the porch is interesting how it gets used. During the day, people are out there and they're having a cocktail or they're having a snack. They're watching the boats go by. The children or the parents are in the plunge pool. All of that's really great. And then all of a sudden darkness comes and the ambiance changes and the lighting changes and the environment changes. And what we saw just a couple of nights ago with my family was a really wonderful experience where the electrical water pageant came by and my children, again, I've been with Disney for 20 years, but my children had never seen the electrical water pageant that close. And so they were literally arm's length away from this beautiful, kitschy, cool water pageant. And by the way, I have teenagers, and you can imagine what teenagers would do, and they loved it. They loved it. They loved it. And then the best part for me was I was snuggled up on one of the chase lounges about 45 minutes later to watch the fireworks show from the Magic Kingdom.
And all of a sudden the fireworks show began, and the audio from the fireworks show was piped into that back patio. And it was spectacular. And my son turned to me and he said, "Dad, this is totally cool." And we knew, based on that market kitchen research, that we had done this right. So that's a little bit about what's happening here. We're very excited about it. The response to it from our test stays has been great. The response that we'll hopefully get starting tomorrow, because tomorrow's the opening day for our members to begin staying in this property, we think it portends really well for what their reaction is going to be. So very exciting, and we couldn't be happier, and it's pretty cool.
Questions?
I think we did a couple of things, and very consciously did them. I think number one, all the enhancements that I had talked to you about, we didn't want those enhancements to feel like they were the new stuff and that the original stuff felt old. We wanted to make everything feel fresh, but we wanted to make everything feel seamless and work together. And again, if you kind of look through the details of that, you'll see that it all feels like it could have been here, in 1971. And we're very proud of that. Now, granted, some of the digital technology that you'll find won't be what you had in 1971, but the overall feel is, I think, very true to Walt's vision, and I think that was a big part of what WDI was trying to do. I think the second big story for me is the fact that we're not talking about this as a Disney Vacation Club property or Disney's Polynesian Village Resort or a bungalow or a studio. We're talking about it as this iconic and beloved resort, holistic resort. And the fact that we're able to take something that has been beloved, something that is one of our highest rated properties, something that has our highest repeat base, and make it even better, that's what our intent has been. And again, I'm very hopeful that we've accomplished that.
I like the idea when you're talking about how the electric water pageant is so kitschy and so, it's so timeless and iconic to Walt Disney World, and you're inside of a bungalow full of retro and very kind of throwback kind of things. And when you said seamless, it just kind of all kind of works when you look at it like that.
Well, and it's interesting because it's not just the bungalows that give you that experience. So if you think about the longhouses, a large percentage of the longhouses have these outside balconies. So people are getting that experience. And then what you see is even the people that don't have the outside balconies, they're out here on the beach experiencing all of those very same things, and in just a lovely, lovely way. They're on lounge chairs, they're hanging out, their families are huddled together. It's really a beautiful, connective experience that does what we always hope our properties will do, which is create memories that last a lifetime. It sounds trite, but it really is what we're trying to do here.
So I'm a family. I've come to Disney World a couple times, maybe brought my grandchildren for the first time. Why should I choose DVC here at Polynesian Village as opposed to one of the other locations?
Yeah, I think the beauty of it is you can choose whatever you want. And so one of the things that we're trying really hard to do is recognize, number one, that this is a very popular hotel in its own right. And so lots of people come here or want to come here and aspire to come here. What we've done is just added new accommodations that are available not just to DVC members, but also available to people that want to rent, subject to the availability from the members not taking it. And that creates all kinds of opportunities. So you could stay in a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, a studio deluxe, a bungalow. It's got lots of flexibility depending on what your particular family composition is and what your mood is and what you're celebrating, or all of those kinds of things. And I think that's one of the things that we've been very, very focused on, because I think having that flexibility and having a sensitivity to all those iterations of how people will use our resorts, I think is a really smart strategic direction for us.
I love the design and the feel, so it's amazing.
DVC members are probably some of the more demanding, with the highest expectations, I guess, because they're invested in, literally, and they like the company.
Decades of vacation.
Right. So, is this to sort of meet that demand? Are they demanding more premium products?
So they're demanding a lot of things. Typically, what our DVC members demand more than anything is they want to have great accommodations. One of the key drivers of their satisfaction is the kind of accommodations that we have, but simultaneously they demand flexibility because they use it in a lot of different ways, because Disney Vacation Club membership is a 5-decade membership engagement, and so you may start off as a young couple, and then you're a couple with young children, and then you're a couple with teenagers, and then you're empty nesters, and then you're grandparents. And so over the course of decades, you're going to use this property in a variety of different ways. And the very flexible program that we have, which is what we call a points-based program, gives you that total flexibility to change on a whim. So I want the one bedroom this time, I want the bungalow next time, I want the Polynesian, today, and I want, the Grand Floridian tomorrow. There's a lot of different ways that people can have the flexibility that they want. And I guess the other component that I would tell you is, from a Disney Vacation Club perspective, this is a gigantic value. So we work on the emotional component, which is families want to spend time together and connect, but we also work on the value proposition. And the value proposition is an easy one. You buy in at Disney Vacation Club at today's pricing, and then you get those vacations for 50 years. Regardless of if the cost of a room goes up, you've paid one set price. And so what ends up happening over the course of your decades-long experience is you're paying 50% of what the typical going rate is over the course of your multi-decade experience. So it's a wonderful value proposition that has great flexibility, because you don't want to come necessarily back to the same resort again and again. So it's open to the 13 Disney Vacation Club resorts that we have all over the world. Then it's open to all of the Disney resorts. Then it's open to Disney Cruise Line and Adventures by Disney. And then it's open to 4,000 other properties are part of our exchange program. So the flexibility is there. While we find that most of the people don't necessarily use all that flexibility because they like coming back to Disney, having that as an option is something that people really look for.